You're listening to the Young and Hungry for Success podcast, Season 1, Episode 4.
I'm about to hit 2 years next month in February. I started in 2018 consistently. I've streamed before a long time ago, back when I was like 17 or 18 on Twitch, and I just did it for fun. I didn't have the right equipment, and it was just horrible. Then I did it again on Mixer a little while after, but in February 2018, I was like, I do not want to work a real job.
Right.
Like, I want to do this every day. Like, I want to wake up in my pajamas and play video games every single day. And
Seems like it's working so
yeah,
far.
it's doing pretty good. I was in my pajamas today, actually.
Nice.
And it just happened that way. I can remember I just hit 100,000 followers, so pretty big milestone. But I remember I was telling Jenny, like, I can remember having like 10 people in chat, and it was crazy. Now I can get Ninja hosted the other day. We had 4,000 people in there, so It was crazy. I remember getting excited about 10 people. Like, this room right now is 3. There was 7+ other people watching me.
We would freak out.
It was
we would
wild.
talk about it, and we would go tell her it's mom. We were like 10 whole people and their computers. They were watching bets. Like, we'd freak out.
I mean, that honestly is.
It's a big deal. It
Yeah.
is.
Hosted by Gleason. Yeah. Hey yo, young and hungry for success, always striving for our best, give our most and never less, daily grind our hardest test. Success can be measured in money, fame, and power. Tune into these stories, this the spotlight of the hour. Young men and women grind to make it to the top. Make it to the top, you gotta make it to the top. The tales of daily hustles, it'll never ever stop. Never ever
What's up,
stop.
guys? This is Gleason. On today's podcast, I have JennySmles and Betts Waller talking about gaming and the streaming industry. This industry is booming right now and continuously evolving. It's in the hundreds of billions of dollars, and it has some of the biggest names that are starting to collide with each other, like Ninja, who he just had now. He's a streamer and now has his own shoe line with Adidas. Or you have Drake going and investing in these different teams for tournaments. It's a great podcast, and we're talking a lot about today about what it takes to be a streamer, what it takes to have all of these people watching you for hours a day, and the consistency and what it really takes to be a streamer more than just playing a video game and talking to people. It's a great listen, and I hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, guys? You're listening to the Young and Hungry for Success podcast. I'm your host, Gleason Jones, and today I'm joined by my 2 guests, JennySmles,
What's up,
a.k.a.
guys?
JennySmles. Also, I'm joined with Betts Waller, a.k.a. Forrest Dump.
Hey guys, it's good to be here.
So, Jenny and Betts, they are streamers on Mixer. And you can't get that confused, especially since Betts is wearing his Mixer sweatshirt today. You guys can see it. So, thank you guys for coming on the show today.
Of course.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
having
having
us.
us. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
awesome.
So, let's just jump straight into it, because the biggest thing is I want to make sure everybody knows who aren't coming from you guys what you guys do, because I know it's a growing industry, streaming, YouTube, gaming in general.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are still have that like different mindset or like curiosity about it. So, what do you guys think is the best way to describe what you guys do?
I would like the best way I could explain it is like content creator. Like,
Content creator.
I'm creating content. Like, my mindset every day is I'm going to wake up, and whatever your goal is necessarily to do, like, you have to make sure your content is making that goal happen. If it's making people happy, if it's, spreading positivity, whatever it may be, like, you have to say, I'm going to make content that's going to do that.
So you take it beyond just streaming. It's like your goal is to like make somebody happy that day.
It's to make a difference every day. So I feel like the other stuff comes from that goal. I don't think, okay, I'm going to get on and I want this amount, like, necessarily. It's like, if I'm happy and I'm having fun and other people are happy, then I was successful that day.
Cool.
And all the other stuff follows, I think. That's how I
Yeah,
think about it.
that's a really good way to put it. And kind of to go along with that, like, making people happy and stuff, like, building your community is also very dependent on something like that, like making people happy and making sure that the people that you have joining your, community and the people that watch your stream and your YouTube and your Twitter, making sure they're positive people, because that's what's going to pay off more than anything is the quality of the people, I think.
Gotcha. So pretend like I'm a 5-year-old. Describe what streaming is.
You go. You've been doing it longer.
Okay, so I get online. Personally, you can take it different ways, but personally, I play video games, and what I do is I show you what I play along with my reaction and my voice and my webcam and stuff. So you're watching kind of TV live, sort of, kind of like a gaming TV show.
So it's basically TV, but for
Interactions.
gaming. But
Yeah.
you can interact. It's not like you're watching the news and you're like, no, I don't want to. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Well, it's kind of like, too, when he said that, when I'm watching a YouTube video, sometimes I want to be like, oh my gosh, yes, girl, same. You can actually say that to me. Like, if I'm doing something and you want to say that, you can say it to me. It's live and I'll respond to you. But for YouTubing, like for YouTubers and stuff, like, you have to comment.
Right. It's
and wait.
that latency, the delay.
Right. There's no delay. Like, it's on, it's live.
Right.
And the more you do it, the more people are like, oh, wow, I get this all the time. I want to be there instead of watching YouTube.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're hanging out with somebody.
You are.
Yeah.
You're sitting,
Yeah,
you're chilling,
seriously,
hanging out.
that's
I
it.
say that all the time. Like last night, I was not gaming for 4 hours. I was sitting back with my tea, just lounging. I was like, yo, we're just chilling tonight. Like, what's going on?
So it doesn't have to be you playing a video game on like Mixer.
Oh,
and,
no,
like,
the
People,
last week.
people do
was like-
ASMR.
Yeah,
Like
it is some weird stuff.
Like
You
it
wanna
gets
demonstrate?
odd. No, I'm good.
What's up, guys?
Okay, that's not what this podcast
Oh.
is. But yeah, hey, go
Sorry
ahead.
about that.
Curveball.
So, Bets, you're the first one between the two of you guys who really got started.
Yeah.
The gaming couple was born.
Oh,
The
yeah.
the best one.
So,
Oh,
how
really?
did you get started?
So I'm about to hit 2 years next month in February. So I started in 2018 consistently. I've streamed before a long time ago, back when I was like 17 or 18 on Twitch, and I just did it for fun. I didn't have the right equipment, and it was just horrible. Then I did it again on Mixer a little while after, but in February 2018, I was like, I do not want to work a real job.
Right.
Like, I want to do this every day. Like, I want to wake up in my pajamas and play video games every single day. And
Seems like it's working so
yeah,
far.
it's doing pretty good. I was in my pajamas today, actually.
Nice.
And yeah, it just happened that way. I can remember I just hit 100,000 followers, so pretty big milestone. But I remember I was telling Jenny, like, I can remember having like 10 people in chat, and it was crazy. Now I can get Ninja hosted the other day. We had 4,000 people in there, so it was
Wow.
crazy. I remember getting excited about 10 people. Like, this room right now is 3. There was 7+ other people watching me.
We would freak out.
It was
we would
wild.
talk about it, and we would go tell her it's mom. We were like 10 whole people and their computers. They were watching bets. Like, we'd freak out.
I mean, that honestly is,
It's a big
in a way,
deal.
a big deal.
It
Because, like, that
is.
means that you have the attention span live
for
of 10 people.
Like, that's
Like,
crazy. Yeah.
that's basically going in a room and giving, like, a speech almost.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, and that's you consistently, like, talking to them, too. It's not like you're,
Yeah.
talking like somebody else is taking the driver's seat. It's you talking and just, like, hanging out with them. Like,
I
you are
know.
the center of attention.
Yeah, feels good.
So, what was like the first like reaction? Because I know you used to, like, when I first like met you guys, you were the best way I can describe your old job, and the best way that Jenny used to tell me about your job was you boxed tomatoes.
Yeah, I used to package tomatoes or deliver them to, like, Sheila C's out
Yeah.
here, like restaurants and grocery stores. I used to do that, or I would package them like you would see in the store, like with the saran wrap on the tray,
Nice.
or the cherry tomatoes in the clamshells. Like, I used to be the tomato guy, and I told Jenny on the way out here, like, I haven't been on this part of town since I was packing tomatoes. So I was like,
You
throwback.
just haven't been out of the house since.
That is true
right?
too. I haven't been out the house since that job.
Do you like tomatoes though?
I hate tomatoes.
Okay, I was about to say
They're
because
disgusting.
I can do that because I hate tomatoes. I don't
Oh
like the
my
taste. Only in like
gosh.
ketchup and salsa.
Yeah.
But I can't even eat them like on a burger.
I can't
No.
either. They're disgusting.
What's wrong with you guys?
Like, I don't eat
Italian.
a tomato. I tried bruschetta the other day.
No, oh yeah, you did. You actually did.
And there was like a whole tomato on it, and I was so scared to try it. But I tried it, and it wasn't
It
as
wasn't
bad as I
bad.
thought. But
It was still a tomato.
it was still a
See,
tomato.
I just have that mindset like it's a tomato. I had a friend who he actually forced himself to like it by like soaking it in ranch and then eating it.
Ooh, he hates ranch too.
I hate
so
ranch.
like that's
Okay,
a
so
bad
that
combination.
now we're probably
Yeah, we're just going on that track. Next.
So like from like friends and family, what was like the first and from Jenny, like what was the first like responses and reactions when you started deciding like, hey, I want to be a streamer. Like I want that to be like my job, like a content creator. I want that to be my job because it's not an ordinary thing.
No.
Yeah, I think for me it's still like in that process because I'm just on the come up in my brain. I'm hit a milestone that's really awesome these 3 days, but I have so much more I want to get to, and I'm also still working my other job as well. Like he's full time.
So you're not full time.
I'm not full time yet.
But you stream full-time hours.
I do stream full time hours. Yeah, I just have another job as well.
Gotcha.
So my story is sort of, I fell into it because I did not want to go to classes last semester, and I just didn't go.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like I'm making this choice. I just said, I'm not going to classes. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. Everything that I did, I had 4 different paths I was going, like nutrition, this, like whatever. And it wasn't it. So I stopped going to classes, and I was like, I'm going to just stream and work and see what happens. It's going pretty well so far. So
Yeah,
like
I
I said,
would
we're just going
agree.
to see, keep going and just see what happens. And
Yeah.
yours is definitely going well. And I kind of piggybacked off him a little bit, just him having so much support, and it felt like a family that I kind of wanted that as well.
Yeah.
And
But that's not taking away anything from you though. Like you might have saw like what was going on, but like we don't even really share much of the same community. Like you have way more. I have different
We have
people and you
different-
have different people, but we share mutual people too. But
Yeah.
it's a lot different.
I
your
think so,
community
too.
to mine.
Well, see, I think that's my biggest thing in like in life in general is when people get upset about somebody's success because where they started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody has some type of advantage in life, no matter what they do, and if you don't take hold of that advantage, if you don't use it, that's when you waste it. That's when you're,
Yeah.
just like you're not that great of a entrepreneur or business. But like
Exactly.
I started this because of the money that I had from like my other job.
Yeah.
And so like that's an advantage that I had. And like you said, your advantage was you wanted to you went off of bets, not, fully piggyback. I don't like you say you piggyback, but
Yeah.
I remember when you first started, like that's not how I saw it. I was like, oh, she's getting into it too.
Yeah.
And bets you started because you just didn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
That was your advantage was you were set like you went all in.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That job too, like the tomato job, like I was extremely blessed. Like I went to class, like I had night classes one night a week for 4 weeks. So like I went to class a little bit every week. I had my job that was pretty good, and I only worked about 8 hours a week, 8 to 10 hours a week, and I got paid like $100, $150. And then I could do that. I could put streaming. I could put a lot of effort into streaming because the other two did not take up much time. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't. So many people have to go work a job and then come home and stream, or they have to, go to class and study, and
Did
I
so much
didn't.
stuff.
I just did what I had to do, and then I got on. I would be on almost every day when I was in school and working, for I was on 10:30 every morning until the afternoon, and then I'd go to the gym or something, and it was.
So do you think everything else was put on the back burner and then numero uno was streaming?
Or
Was it a shared? Was it pretty equally shared?
I think it was equally obviously I had to go to work, but work wouldn't interfere with school ever. So those two were just kind of their own things. And once I did those, I was good. But I remember I would get on, since I only had to go to class one day a week, I would go do an hour of homework right before I got on from 8 to 9. And then I'd go stream. And I just did a little bit every day. And it made me less stressed out, and I got to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that really helped escalate the grind of the start of the stream.
Okay. So Jenny, was that kind of how you were too? Because as long as I've known you, you've always wanted to be a content creator, YouTube,
Yeah.
vlogs, everything. So is it just more natural when you just kind of jumped into it? You didn't have to be oh, I just don't want to work a job. You're like, I want this to be the job.
Yeah, I honestly think when I think about it, I just think God put him in my life because of that. Obviously, YouTube is.
You can get out now, Bets.
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm
You
good now. Yeah. YouTube is definitely, I think, something that's going to come from streaming. I think, and that's another way I looked at it. One of the very first reasons I wanted to stream was because I wanted to help my YouTube.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that until I just said it right now. But I used to say, oh, well, I could get a lot of people coming in and, say, hey, go check out my YouTube channel, go check it out. And then maybe I was like, oh, I'll become big on YouTube. Well, then it turned into I was just becoming more successful on Mixer, and YouTube was getting put on the back because YouTube's really hard. Like, very
The algorithm
hard.
is,
Algorithm
is
not
crazy on
just
it.
it's just bad, honestly. I can't put music. Everything I put on there is copyrighted somehow. Like, even if it's like 5 seconds. It wasn't a way to have like a good income, really, if I was gonna try to do that. It was too stressful. So this was coming more easily. And I was like, well, I looked at it from a perspective. I could do this, and then eventually YouTube could fall into place, and then eventually my Instagram could grow. Maybe different companies will reach out to me. I could get sponsorships and, money coming in from different directions. But I did not want to make it fully YouTube because I tried that route, and it wasn't for me necessarily. Every week, like, just being stressful with editing and everything. And, I do love videography and editing. I have my own videography business as well. I just didn't want to make that fully, like, have that stress every week. Another thing is, like, I wanted to talk to people. I love talking. So I wanted to talk to people every day. I love that. And really? You didn't know that. But it did come naturally. So I said, I'm going to do this for a while, see if it works. And I didn't really start full time kind of until the summer. I used to do it maybe like once or twice a week or like 2 hours. And I was like dead. I was like, oh, I'm so tired. This is so hard. Like, how do you do this so long?
But now it's like natural for you.
Oh, now I was on like 8 hours of straight. Like,
Sick as a dog yesterday.
I was sick. I was like, I'm not getting off. Like,
so long.
Does it feel like it's a family at this point? Like,
yeah, it's like, no, it's like my best friends. Like, it's legit. I want to go hang out with my friends. Like, no, I'm not going to dinner with you guys. Like, I'm going to hang out with my friends.
you're not real friends.
I'm going to hang out with my real ones. Like, the real OGs. There's one of my friends that is like my IRL friend. That's what we call him, like, in real life. Because, I haven't met a lot of the people that are from streaming. But her name's Mackenzie Day. She comes into my channel, and she's the only one that ever actually comes in there. So I'm like, dude, you're actually awesome. Like, I love you.
That's funny.
And, yeah, it's just crazy that it's just like a family, really.
So, like, with that family, it's a pretty big family because, like you said, you've just hit 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
And you're at, I think, over 20,000 right now.
We just hit 25 yesterday.
25. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to have, like, knowing that many people at least have seen you, or, like, they're like, okay, like, I want to keep up with them? Does it feel weird? Or?
Yeah, I can't.
It is odd because it's kind of like the homework thing I said. If you just do like a little bit, like I did like as much as I could consistently. Like I remember 4 hours on stream used to be like so hard to hit 4 hours. Now I'll do like a 10-hour day
every day.
But I've been doing it so long that it's not like, it's weird. I've just been doing it so long and we've accumulated so many people that it doesn't even feel that way. It just feels like I'm just doing my natural thing at this point.
I think another thing to like go off of that, it's easier now to go so long because there's so many people talking to you. It used to be me talking to myself for 2 hours. That's why it felt like 2 hours, because I was just sitting there talking to myself and nobody was there. And now people are so consistently coming back in the streams and talking and wanting to update me about their lives, which I love. Like, I want to hear about what you're doing and everything. And it's not just me telling them, it's everyone telling me. So it's every new person that comes in every 10 minutes or so, there's more conversations to have, more things. And something people ask me a lot is, how do you talk every day? Like, how do you have a conversation?
If you know Jenny, you know how she talks every day.
I could talk to a brick wall for 10 hours if I had to. But I think that is something, after a while, when you do accumulate the family members, then it's just easy because they keep coming back and keep talking to you.
Right.
So
you guys, like I said, like over 125 between the two of you. And so that's a lot of people to like have as a family. But then you also have subscribers, which is they're paying monthly fees, like depending on tiers. And that's just kind of like just to have more access to you, right? Or not access, but like more access to the channel.
Yeah.
to features of the channel. And we don't have tiers on Mixer yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
We just have like a one. It's $4.99 to subscribe. And they get emotes. So, which they're like little art
Emojis, yeah.
emoji. Yeah, basically. They get to use those. They also get other features.
Like you can
get
earn
more sparks.
yeah. But the thing that makes it different is kind of each individual streamer. Like Jenny might, hey, you can play blah 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 amount of games with me this week if you subscribe, or I can be like, hey, Sunday you can come play with me. And
Sub
you just
Sundays.
did that
Yeah, we
today.
just did like a first sub Sunday with all our new subs. It was really fun.
But it's just it's a different way to experience chat, and it's a different way to support the streamer. Like,
So it's not more. It's like you said. It's to support them. Like you like them enough. Where you're
Yeah.
like, hey, like I want to show you my support.
yeah,
exactly. That's
it.
Because unless you want to pay for like 10 little emojis
Yeah.
every month, like
Yeah.
it's really just
Some
a
people
support.
do that though. Like some people just won't go into this specific person's stream, but they'll sub to them just because their emotes are like
Yeah,
really
that
cool,
is
and they
true.
can type it in chat.
Yeah, that's true. Some people do.
It's really cool.
So it's different from like
Yeah,
every
it's
single
different.
streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you guys have different interactions between the people who are just followers and the people who are subscribers?
Nah, I mean, you're gonna interact with them the same. I have something in my Discord that's like a sub only zone where only subs can talk to each other, but I'm not gonna only read subscribers' messages,
Right.
or something. But on Twitch, the bigger guys, they have to do that. They have to make it like a subscribers only because they get like 30,000 people in there. They got to filter out some
Right.
people.
They have to be able to read the people who are
Yeah.
really showing that support.
Exactly, and I haven't hit that yet.
Not the people that are like 1v1 me, let's
Yeah.
play, add me, invite me.
We same interactions. Just
Yeah,
you get like a little
it's the same.
badge, so you might stick out a little bit more, but
But you want to treat everybody the same. It's
Yeah.
not like you're going to give somebody else like more
yeah.
attention just because they're paying a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think too, we, in a sense, like to say thank you, we do like a sub Sunday to like say
Right.
thank you to everybody that does, if you can support, does take that time to support. But it gets tricky because I do want to treat everybody equally. People can get mad about like treating subs differently, but it's just a way to give back, to say thank you. to
It's
do that.
reality.
It's reality, right? Exactly, and. I mean, I'm just like, all right, you just kind of like have to let that go.
Yeah.
But I do try to treat everybody that comes in, like I say, you're always welcome. Like, I want to meet you, you're new. Like, we invite everybody in equally because you never know that person that comes in there that doesn't have a profile picture, doesn't have anything about their name, like, they could just as well be a sub in 5 seconds or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm going to treat them the
Exactly.
same because I'm not going to
and then
act like everybody is.
those people too that'll come in there and like they'll have a generic name, something that's just computer generated. They won't have a picture. They'll surprise you though. They'll be like, "Can I play?" And I'll be like, "Nah, you can't play. Like, we're just doing something right now." And then they'll hit you with a sub. And you're like, "Wait, I did not expect that from
Or
you."
yeah, they'll just like drop a giant dono on you, and you're like, wait, what happened? So you just really gotta be nice to everyone because
Yeah.
you just never know, and it's not for that reason, but we gotta give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Just because you have a computer generated name, I'm not gonna treat you different.
Yeah.
I do tell people, I'm like, it would be awesome if you could download Mixer, put a profile picture on there because it helps out so much, like just seeing different pictures and knowing.
Instead of
people.
just like that, because I think it's just like a
The
little like
blueberry.
gray.
That's
Yeah.
what we call
Yeah.
it, the little blueberry. Yeah.
So is there a reason? Because so back when we were all 14, 15, I used to attempt to stream on
Oh.
Justin TV.
Before
Uh-oh.
Twitch.
Way back. It was because I think Twitch bought Justin TV.
Yeah.
So that was like the only thing that you could stream on back then.
Interesting.
I remember like I had an Elgato and I
Yeah.
was streaming
That's
back
what we
then.
had,
And then
yeah.
also the little pinnacle, like little white pinnacle thing. I don't know if you remember that.
It sounds familiar, but I don't
If
know.
you saw it, you'd be like, oh my God. And so, but now there's like Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, and like just a bunch of different things. What makes y'all want to stick to just like one like platform instead of like being on a different one?
So I've tried personally to stream to different things. I've tried Facebook and YouTube once.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've tried Twitch a bunch. Simultaneously streaming to both Mixer and Twitch, not just one. But I've gained my community on Twitch. I mean, on Mixer. I'm a Mixer partner. It's hard to want to leave that unless you like are definitely feeling a certain way about the platform you're on. I've loved Mixer. and I haven't had a reason that I want to leave.
So it's just a personal preference.
Yeah, and like I have an Xbox, so Microsoft owns Mixer, so Xbox has Mixer on it. It's easy to connect with those Xbox players, and just certain things like going to conventions, like we're gonna go to in 2 weeks. We go there and we see people in real life that share the same platform as us, and we got Ninja now, so I don't want to hurt my best friend Ninja. I don't want to leave him, but it's just different, and Twitch is so oversaturated with people. You can have so much more ease of being discovered on Mixer than you can Twitch. Like, it's just so much easier.
Yeah.
You have a chance. Twitch, you either got to be really, really good or you got to be really, really unique or you're not going to make it.
Yeah, I streamed on Twitch for 20 minutes one night, and I was like, I don't know what it is. It didn't feel like home, and I know it's kind of a cliche, like, what does that mean? But Mixer, it just, and like people say this all the time, but the people are so good on Mixer. I deal with a lot less, and even if I'm in a Twitch stream, I see a lot less, like, just rude
Being
behavior.
a girl on stream.
Right.
That's one thing I want to
you know
talk
what
to
I'm
in a minute, yeah.
Yeah, and just like whatever. So, but Mixer people are very kind. And then, you do have my moderators definitely X out tons of stuff in chat all the time. We ban people all the time, but for the most part, there's really genuine, amazing people on there. However, I did this summer, I streamed on a platform called YouNow for 2 months. It was a paid thing. Like, they paid me to come over from Mixer to try it out. And I met some really amazing people on there as well. But for some reason, I just really wanted to get that Mixer partnership. And
It's just where you feel the most comfortable.
It is. I just felt more comfortable there. I don't know why. It just the way it was. But I loved the environment. Everything was really cool about it. But Mixer just stood out to me. For the people I did meet, I wanted to go back. So after I went back and I kept pushing for it, the reason I did leave is because I got denied so many times for partnership from Mixer. I was like, well, I might as well try something else.
What does that mean, like, when you, like, are a partner?
So basically, like, you can get subs then.
Okay.
And you can get embers and everything. Yeah. Well, it used to not be, but now you can. But
you're more than just, like, somebody who's just doing it as a hobby. Like, you're actually making, like, kind of like a little career out of it. Or, like, even a big career.
Right, because without subs, you are losing some income there,
right.
or a good chunk of income there. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm partnered, I'll be getting that income, and it's going to be crazy to me to, like, see just the difference of, like, how much you can make from being a partner versus a non-partner.
Right.
And I actually got denied 4 times. So you have to wait a couple months in between every denial, work hard, and I did every single time. And I thought that every application I was really going to get accepted. Maybe one time I was like, this is a possibility. But most of the times I was like, okay, we're going to get it this time. Like, we got this. And I'd get denied. And I'd be like, it was so hard. I didn't give up, but it was difficult.
That's the thing, too, that streaming has taught me, which is so odd. Like, being in my room all day, like, I actually learned something.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been more driven from something than streaming. Like, sports. I've been driven before, but I haven't been driven like this. Like, school. Nothing has made me want to succeed at something besides streaming. It's taught me a lot.
That's exactly how I feel. I feel that so much. I mean, I wanted that for YouTube for so long, but when you don't really see the growth, but then once you get, like, a little grip on it and it starts moving a tiny bit, it's just something you're like, oh my gosh, I want more of this. Like,
so what's the consistency, like, on that growth? Because I know you guys talk about how you're streaming 8-10 hours a day, and some people that's like, oh my god, like, you're on a computer on an Xbox 10 hours.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I remember, like, in middle school, like, during the summer, like, sometimes we would go like all day, all night, and it doesn't sound as crazy when you've actually been in it.
Right, exactly.
But I think, like, on that, looking outside, looking in, it's like, how are you doing that? Like, what is that? Like, what do you have to? How consistent do you have to be to actually get that growth? Do you have to do those 10 hours a day?
No, I tell people too, a lot of people, especially recently, have come in asking for tips. And I'm more than welcome to help people with things that I feel have helped me. I'm not a guru or an expert by any means, but I can always share what helped me. I don't think you got to stream 8 to 10 hours a day. I think it helps because you're more available at those times for people to watch you. But I think the biggest thing is being consistent with your schedule. So if let's treat it like a TV show. If your favorite TV show comes on every night at 9:30,
You're
you
waiting
know where
for
to
it.
yeah, you know where to be at 9:30. If I get on every day at 9:30, if I'm not on by 11 o'clock or something, you guys are gonna kind of wonder like if
You're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Spend that donation, spend that subscriber somewhere else.
exactly like that, and just being there, letting people know like when to come on and like it's so important to be consistent with your schedule, not necessarily long hours because I could do a 2-hour stream or something.
So it's more just like a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I'm like so bad at that. That's something I'm definitely like working on. It got a little difficult with work. Like if they were like, oh, you need to cover this shift, you need to do that's like work has been getting in the way in the past, but I now just cut down to 3 shifts a week. Like that's it. So I feel like, and I only said like I'm closing. That's it. So I know I'm working these days, and I know when I can stream. So it's just having to like wake up and get on at that time. That is
But like even people know with you, like, you're gonna work on this day and this day. They know that they can't see you at those
Right.
hours because
Exactly.
you're consistently
on at the times I can't have to be on.
Yeah.
And then like Thursdays are my off day. So unless I say otherwise on a social media platform, hey, I'm going to go live even if it's my off day, I just don't have really anything else I need to do. So let's stream,
Yeah.
I usually try to take that day, get groceries, do whatever other errands I need to run, bank stuff,
Yeah.
whatever it may be at that day. You don't have off days, but I decided I need
So you're
to
streaming
take
7 days a week, Bets.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
I'm
day.
6. He's
I've
like-
gotten a lot better about it though. Like Christmas, I wanted to stream, but we spent a lot of time on Christmas, and I was like, okay, I felt really good about that. I used to feel like guilty and kind of
Guilty towards Dumpster Squad.
Yeah, the dumpster. Like I'm letting these people down. But I would genuinely like hate taking days off. I loved being online. Like I've never enjoyed something so much where I couldn't stand not doing it that long.
And also, it's also, I mean, it's just like you think, oh, those people are going to lose interest if I don't get back on. Or you start worrying about every little detail and you can't let yourself get there because that mindset is not healthy. And it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to see. If you don't take mental health days, like even saying that, it's very important. There's days I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to give the positivity and the love that I have, that I need to,
Right.
and that I want to give. And I take the day off and I either read my Bible or I go on a walk or I do something that is going to reset myself to be prepared to give everybody what they deserve,
Right.
which is love and joy.
And I think that is something that's important because even if you guys don't see it, like in a sense, like 100,000 people like saying like, I like you, I want to see more of you. That's a famous because that's a lot of people. So in a sense, you guys, do you consider
think-
yourself?
No, not
No.
me, him. He is.
No.
that-
In a sense,
no,
though,
you
we'll
are.
say in a sense, you still have 25,000 people.
Yeah, that's not.
That's
like,
still to me in a sense famous.
Okay,
And that
well,
is
that's
important
awesome
to take
then.
those mental health days. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you say so. They're paparazzi, okay?
But it's just, I don't know, definitely not famous, but it feels good to be surrounded by a lot of good people.
Mm-hmm.
like
That's
the Dumpster Squad,
the
which is
Dumpster
what I
Squad.
want to ask you about next.
The
Of
dumpster squad
where
is so
this
good.
came from.
So good.
So
Forrest Dump.
Forrest Dump, throwback to when we were all younger. I'm sure you wanted a good gamer tag. Well, maybe not so much back like when we first started.
Mine's screw lettuce still.
Oh wow, that's yeah. I mean, you have a nice one. I mean, there's no numbers, there's no underscore. I mean, I have underscore in mine,
Oh, yeah.
but you wanted those good like no numbers or whatever.
You wanted somebody to be
names.
like, hey, that's a gamer tag.
Exactly,
right
like
there.
respect the drip.
Yeah.
Like you wanted that, and so I wanted Forrest Gump. I couldn't get Forrest Gump.
So you went to the next best thing.
Yeah, Gump rhymes with dump, right?
Probably not going to be a restaurant or a movie after it, but hey, it's something. It's working.
Ninja seems to like it.
Yeah.
2 raids in 1 week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Like, so for anybody who doesn't know, Ninja is probably the biggest streamer there is. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, he just released his own shoes. So
Okay,
that's
yeah, with
crazy.
Adidas. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on.
I need to get one of these over here.
You need to get some
Yeah, you
like
need to get
replace.
some.
Yeah, let's replace the Yeezys with some Ninjas. So, I know you were on a different podcast, and you're talking about if you did get rated,
Yeah.
right? And then it happens now. How has that like affected your entire like platform and your community?
So I'll just go back to that night. I was about 4 hours into a stream. I think I started at 12. It was about 4 o'clock. All of a sudden, I'm playing with my buddy, Berto, and all of a sudden I see Ninja followed, and I looked over and I was like, I think that's a troll name. And then I see Ninja has hosted you with 4,600 people. I was like, what? And so I'm freaking out. I don't know how to contain myself. He didn't say anything in chat, but he like gave sparks, and sparks are just in-stream currency that can be used to do different things, but they can help partners financially, sort of, kind of. And that happened, and Jenny saw it, and Jenny texted me. She's like, hey, you're not getting off tonight. I'm like, okay, perfect. So I ended up streaming. Jenny came over. I ended up streaming till like 4 o'clock in the morning. Jenny was passed out on the couch, and I woke her up. I was like, hey, you want to stream real quick? And she was like, yeah, I'll do it.
I texted her. I said, hey, you're not getting off. Stream as long as you can. I'm coming over. I'll take your place when you can take a nap. When you wake back up, then you'll stream. I streamed from maybe 4 till 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then let him sleep some. And then he got back on. Then I went home and did a full stream. Like, we are not messing around.
Yeah. Like, because I was like, if I'm getting this, and I'm doing a 24-hour stream, and then he hosts, I'm doing another 24. Like, I mean, it's a 48-hour stream.
You can't just throw that away.
No, like that's.
Well, yeah. When he hosted, he went till 24 hours, and I went home to get on. And then once he hit 24 hours, then he gave
I was literally
community to me.
waiting for the timer to say 24, and I was
He was
like,
like,
I
I'm
gotta
getting
go to sleep, and so I just hosted Jenny. But like that doesn't happen all the time,
And
unless you're me. Then it happens twice in a week.
Oh my god.
But
Slight flex.
yeah, but it was awesome. The people from the first raid, I was telling everybody, I was like, hey, I know y'all are in here tonight. Be here tomorrow when Ninja's not hosting. And like,
Come on back.
I'm dead serious, and people came back. I was so surprised. There's a guy that's in there, Ryan. He's in there every day now. Sierra's showing up all the time. Like, so many of these people, Namroth, like, I'm trying to think of so many people off the top of my head. So many people have showed up. A good 10 people show up almost every day now after.
That's crazy.
If not every day, every other day.
You also, even if they're not showing back up every day, they may pop in. You gained around 4,000 or
Yeah.
how many followers? And some people, people do freak out when they hit 4,000 followers in general. And you just gained extra 4,000. Now he's at like 105,000 followers. Like that's pretty big.
It was wild. I mean, it's insane.
Nice. So we talked about subs and donations, and that's like different ways you guys can make money off of streaming. Mm-hmm. But then there's also, I'm pretty sure you both have merch.
Yeah.
You both are, I know you are a partner with G Fuel.
Yep.
And you're
Use
a partner
code
of DK Reserves, right?
Yeah, that's our stream team. We're both on a stream team. It's called Darkness Nation, and then people call it DK. And you can move up into different levels. You can be on the main team or on the reserve team. And I'll eventually move up to the main team. Probably honestly probably by the end of the year, most likely.
Yeah.
And basically we just are it's like a family of streamers within the big platform, and right. we have major goals we are actually partnered with G Fuel as well too. So we have our own partnership with the team, and he has his personal partnerships, stuff like that.
Do y'all consider that from subscribers, donations, merch, all that? Do y'all consider that different types of streaming incomes that come into that, or do you all funnel it into the same thing because it's from streaming? What does that look like?
I think I funnel it kind of.
Yeah, I do too. But stuff with merch, it's not as, you don't have somebody getting merch every day like a subscriber would. Right now I have a daily goal set up of 12 a day, 12 subscribers, and I usually hit it pretty consistently. I don't get even one merch sale a day, one maybe a week or so.
I maybe have had 20, and one of them being you. So
I remember that was a while
yeah,
ago.
it was a long time ago. And I honestly want to get into designing really awesome merch and have that be a thing, but I do not say, I have merch every day on the stream. I maybe say it once a month.
So you're not really
I'm really not, because I'm not as I don't love it so much to the point where I want other people to be wearing it all the time. I did at first, but now I'm I want to be better. It's not good enough. So I'm not putting it out there yet. And I've just been so busy with getting partnership and doing this and this and this, things are kind of like adding up. I have a long list of things I want to upgrade and, get
Right.
better. So, and I haven't really made tons from merch, but it really is not the money for me for merch. It's just the fact that people are wearing my thing, me. They want to wear something because they like me.
Right.
Like, that's insane. I can't even like believe that.
And that's what I was talking to Bryce. He owns Emotionless Wear like a couple weeks ago, and he said like just the fact that he had an idea in his head and put it in something. People are like, I want that.
Yeah, that's
Just something
mind
big.
blowing.
Like you're
And
putting
they're
your
paying
idea
for it.
on something, and they're like, I want it. Like I love it.
Yeah, like I could literally put anything on a shirt, and like there's some people that are so amazing in my community, and they're like, "You like it? I like it. I'm buying it. What's the link?"
They don't even look. They're just
They don't
like,
even
where?
look.
How do I get to the buy section? Like,
Yeah.
just click.
They just want it, and I'm like, I keep always saying on stream, but I'm like, y'all are insane, and they always say, "Oh, you deserve this." I'm like, no, y'all are doing everything. I'm just sitting here, and it still blows my mind. It's crazy that we get to do this and call it a job
Right.
every single day.
So like at y'all's levels right now, like 100, over 100,000, over 25,000. What does it look like for when you guys are really like getting these donations? Like not like money amount. I'm saying like, what do you guys really like go off of? Like what is y'all's like main like income from streaming? Is it partnerships? Is it donations? I
It's
guess you just said it's not merch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not merch for us. Maybe one day it could be. I mean, Mr. Beast literally has his full income.
Because like that's what a lot of like
I
when
know.
you're like up high, especially even YouTube. Like I've seen like
David-
that's like that's like their
Dobrik.
biggest like income earners
Yeah.
is like their merchandise.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I heard that like even like bands like we love Panic at the Disco and 21 Pilots, like they don't make enough money they make enough money from touring, but that all goes to the workers.
It's the
and everything.
merch, yeah.
It's the merch 100%.
Especially
like,
nowadays, like with this like streaming and everything. Like,
Exactly.
like,
it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
crazy.
what I was saying. Like, I need to get on it soon. We'll figure that out. I think since I'm very new, it's like my third day being able to have subs and stuff.
Right.
And it's different for everybody. Like, as far as like we're not able to disclose like full amounts and stuff.
Right.
But it's different, and it definitely does help. But I think from what I had in the past, like I can't really talk from like subs, but embers and donations are like big for me personally. I think I probably get the most from donations and embers, and embers being pretty new, people are like killing it with them. Like constantly embers are everywhere, and
so do you consider that like consistent enough, like from these donations that like you can go out and buy something, and be like, okay, yeah, like I'll be good, or is it like you like to go off of what you have, and then like, okay, like I know I'm gonna get something later.
Well, and there's some people, I mean, you have to have like a faith in people and like be like, I know that they'll believe in me later.
Right.
I'll usually set up goals. Like I'll have donation goals. I always have one, honestly. If
like
it's
a little bar on the screen that shows you
how
tracks
much
how
amount,
much.
right? And people will say if it's for a new camera, like my past one was just for a new camera for streaming. I upgraded to. It's been a game changer, and people gave to that. And then once it got filled, like I got was able to pay off my camera,
Right.
And all that money went towards that. Now the next one that is up is like 2020 travel adventures, like whatever, and people know that they're giving money towards that. And if something comes up where I'm like, oh, I have to spend it on that, it's fine. It's just people
But
are
you have that
constantly
money. Like it's not like you're like going out and doing something crazy with it though. Like you just have like
No.
you're like, okay, this is what we have right now.
Right.
It's basically like you get paid like at a certain time of the month, and it's like that's the
Exactly.
money I have for this month. Like
Exactly,
that's or
yeah.
the week,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Exactly. And it does range. Like you can get crazy donations. It's not like you're gonna get like $1,000 donation every
It's almost like
day.
a bonus.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's 100%. I think it's like a bonus.
Right.
People will do it the more that you stream, though.
Yeah.
Like the longer you're streaming, the more you stream, the more you get to know people, the more they want to give. So,
Right.
And
comes
it's
with time.
it's so different every month too. Like my biggest month sub wise was August. My lowest in the past 6 was September. So I went from my highest ever to my lowest in the past like 6 or 7 months.
Right.
So it's inconsistent, but like now I'm starting to grow back up and it's getting really, really good again. But it's crazy how like that's why all these
fluctuates.
streamers are signing contracts because they're getting paid to
No matter
just stream
what.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not worried about I have 1,000 subs this month. I have 5,000 the next. No, it's like
Right.
it's steady. Like they know.
Well,
It's
that's
kinda-
why I went to you now, because like I literally signed a contract and they said they were paying this much a month. I said, okay, I'll stay there.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like going from like when you're signing these contracts, it's going from like a commission job, kind of like what you guys are now, because it depends on like how much you sell yourself to these people, like to
Yeah.
these viewers, your like you said, your family, and then plus like, but if you sign a contract, it's like a salary, and everything you make is
Yeah.
a bonus off of
Yep.
that.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
exactly
a salary.
it. That's
Our goal
exactly.
is eventually salary, because we don't want to, think in our future buy a house and be able to be like, 1 month something just breaks, or what if our internet breaks for a whole month, we're not able to stream. Like, that's our livelihood.
Yeah, right.
It's terrifying, kind of.
That's brand new too. Like that's as of August. Like Ninja got signed to Mixer August. Like Shroud came in I think a month after. Like that's so new to the streaming world. It's moving so fast.
It's just evolving into like something new, because like I know.
Yeah.
Gaming has come such a long way from when we were kids. Is like now you can go and see, I think like certain like I think it's like CS:GO and like the League of Legends on ESPN.
Yeah.
Like I remember like I was looking, I saw that, I was like, I've never seen that.
I
before.
actually didn't know that. So
Yeah, like
that's
they
wild.
stream. I think it's on. It's not just on ESPN too. It's on ESPN. They'll show like
Wow.
these big tournaments, and like that just like blows
Yeah.
my mind.
It's
Like, that's
crazy.
what it's
That's
evolved to
wild.
at this point.
And the
I,
fact that people make so much money even from tournaments, like the boy that made like how many 3 million or something crazy.
Yeah, he's like 16, can't even take it. Like
Yeah,
his
he's
dad had to
16.
like put in his name.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
And the crazy thing about it is too, and every time I think of this I have to say it, but he won $3 million from that tournament. There's no telling how much just all that clout like
Oh yeah.
Brought to.
got it. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
From his
Like-
like streamings, YouTube, because he can get the revenue,
Exactly.
merchandise. Like if I was him, I would have released merchandise right then. Like,
Like
hey,
that
this is just
day.
a picture of my face with a trophy.
Yep.
Come on, let's
No,
go.
100%
I mean,
you're so right.
and he probably went from streaming to maybe 1,000 or 2,000. I don't know how big he was before, but I remember as soon as he won it, I went in there and people were using their Twitch Prime subs on him, like in an empty chat. He's accepting the award on the stage, and there's people subbing to him. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's made so much more from
Yeah.
just winning it than the money he's gonna receive from it. Like
Yeah,
it's
he's-
crazy.
It's wild.
But-
One person, like even we were talking about Ninja. I just watched a video on it on Twitter. He hosted one of our other friends. He said, "Let's go change somebody's day today." He knows his impact, like
Right.
because it's real. Any person that is in a like place that they have, what would you call it? Influence over people.
Right, he's an influencer.
Yeah,
at
you're an
this point.
influencer, and
he's
he
a
can
content
influence.
creator, but an influencer.
Yeah,
at the same time.
that's another thing. Like content creating, influencing, all like work together. He does change people's lives. He just does change people's days. Like when he said that, I said, "Dang, he really does know. He has that power." You
Yeah,
know?
I think it'd be kind of ignorant if he didn't.
Yeah, true.
Like kind of like show like, oh, I know what I can do. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, there's like power that comes with that.
Yeah, right.
So like, but right now, like you guys, like you said, you're going off of basically commission at this point because there's no contract signed.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly each month what you're gonna do,
Yeah.
but you know you have goals,
Yeah.
like what you want to do. But it's working out for you because we talked about before that we started talking how you guys are thinking about houses at this point.
Right. Yeah, we are.
Do you think you would have been that like at that like 2 years ago, thinking like, oh, I can literally make enough money where I can go
No.
buy my own house?
Not even really in the past year, I would have thought that. Like,
Yeah. It's just recently, like within like the past week.
I mean, you're the big shot here.
Oh my gosh.
Jenny's been partnered for 3 days or something.
3 days. Yeah.
And she's already gotten so many subs. Like, she's gotten. I mean, I don't even. It's
think it's like-
unreal how.
Are you
like,
about to go
much.
piggyback off of her now?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Oh my
jump on her.
gosh.
Hey guys, I'm streaming too.
I remember I got her into this, guys. Like I'm.
Everyone from my streams saying like their goal is to pass bets and subs. I was like, please don't do that to us, guys. You're gonna like
Let us
break our
stay at the
relationship.
same, and then just like.
And
you
then
know,
we'll see who the better one is.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I was
Like,
like,
come on.
wow, y'all, please.
Like,
come
if
on.
she does get above me, at least bring me up to her, please.
That's
So,
so funny.
like you talked about earlier, like when you have these people over a computer on a girl's stream, it can be different than if it was bets.
Yeah.
What are the difficulties that you've really been like hit with, like that from being a girl streamer or a girl like on the internet in general?
Right. So my like thing is different than some other girls. I feel like I'm a little more conservative than
Right.
some other girls on purpose.
Yeah, I mean,
because
you've always
I
been that way.
don't- right,
I've never known you as a different type.
Right, exactly. It's just who I am. So, and I do not. This is kind of like a touchy subject because I am like supportive of every girl. Like you do your thing. You know what I mean? Because that gets into like a whole nother
Yeah.
topic. I'm just gonna talk about me. but I am a little bit more conservative, so I don't give people the option to. I have to worry about not even people, just like just kids, really. That
There's
just,
less backlash.
and honestly, if I do want to wear something, I'm gonna do it. Like I don't care, but I just do. I wear what I want, and I do have to deal with some, people saying it's compliments, but some of them are like, you're like, ew,
Over
just
the line.
Yeah,
Like, it's stuff that people wouldn't say
yeah, I'm like,
in a face-to-face
just
room.
don't call me babe, don't call me sexy, don't call me like weird names. Like that's just weird to
Let me do that.
Yeah. Oh my god. But like, and my mods are super kind and amazing, and they know the limits. Like they
Right.
know me, they understand who I am, so I don't even have to tell them. Like it's crossed out. Like,
Right.
Like we have certain words, and I've never even had to say what they are. Like they're gone.
Yeah.
And we also have like, there's some things you can put in chat, like, I don't want this word to be said in chat. So, like, if somebody does say it, it won't even show up. It's just, like, crossed out automatically. It's, like, called catbot or something. Whatever. So, I haven't really had to deal with that. I've had to deal with, I guess, like, DMs and, like, some random messages from kind of people that,
But
like,
that comes from just like,
it just
even if
comes-
you were like
if I was on
Instagram famous,
right, exactly.
it's just being online. Like people, like
Exactly.
everybody thinks they have a shot.
Yeah, right. And I have to kind of,
shoot it.
I just send,
Don't shoot
I
it.
send pictures of me if that's, no, I'm kidding, I don't do
Don't
that.
send it if they're in a relationship. Savannah sent me a DM. She took her shot and it worked. Like we're in a house now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, that's awesome.
We met one time and then she was like, mine.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I love that. I just need to tell these people that I need to just have it
I like
shut
that though.
down.
Just send a picture back of y'all. Like,
Yeah,
sorry.
or I'll just like send them like Beth's profile, and then they'll see me all over it. But it really hasn't been that bad. It's been a lot of really like loving and kind people. And my stream, I have like my emotes. I have like a cross emo. I'm very like, I wouldn't even say like religious. I don't even like using that word, but I have
Spiritual.
relational with like God
Right.
on stream, like very open about it. If somebody has a problem and like they're talking about it in chat, everyone's like so sad, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll literally pray for that person like out loud just then and there. Like I'll close my eyes and just like pray for them. Like I'm very that's who I am. I can't change who I am. People treat me differently because of the way I act.
You have a different, like you said, like it's a community, but you have a different community surrounding you.
Exactly.
where
It's the
you don't have
community that
to
you
worry
built.
about these different types of backlash that some people would
Right.
have, like, or they just have to ignore it.
If they accept it, if they've accepted like 10,000 of those people, then those type of people are going to keep coming back. The people that I have, attracted are the right type.
Right.
And it attracts the right type.
Right, and so you don't have to worry about some of the backlash they have.
I really don't.
You still have,
I
like, every
genuinely
girl,
see
but-
it. Right. I genuinely see it a lot on Twitter and talks about discussions about it and arguments, and I'm just done seeing boobs all over my Twitter. I'm like they do it like just on purpose. I'm like, okay, we have them, cool. Like I don't care, but you don't like. It's just I don't know. Like
No, I understand, yeah.
there's a line. There's definitely a line, and I think that that gets into like rules and stuff that you're allowed to do or not allowed to do. Like there's a dress code on Mixer that you have to abide by. You can't wear like strapless stuff. There's some certain stuff, but most of the time it's just reasonable, and I think people try to like go past reasonable and then get upset.
Yeah.
If you just
Bets, do you ever have to worry about wearing straps or strapless?
No,
yeah,
because I don't
that's
wear a
awesome.
shirt.
all the time.
So the next thing I want to talk about is when you guys are streaming, 4 hours, 2 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, you have to have a certain level of energy, right? Because if you're just sitting there monotone, unless you were like this like great player and you're just like into it, but you have to be interactive.
Right.
So I wanted to see what kind of energy you had to have, Jenny. And the thing that I saw is I texted you this picture too. It's a picture of you wearing sunglasses and like playing the game, and there's an old woman dabbing on the screen. And I saw like your energy was up about as much as like I would think it would be.
Right.
Do you have to have that energy the entire time?
Pretty much. Honestly, pretty much. If the more energy I have, the more energy the chat has, and the better my stream is. Period. Yeah. If I come into, that's what I was saying. Like some days I don't have the energy, like mentally or physically, like anything. I just don't stream because that's not the content I want to give.
Right.
So if I'm like just not feeling it, sometimes I'll try to talk myself into it, and I'll get pepped up. I'll go use code dump at checkout, get myself some G Fuel, and I'll get to it. Yeah. But I mean, it really is because
You just have to keep that
you just
level.
have to. I mean, and you have to. And that's the thing that's so hard about it too is like being creative. Sometimes I'll get on. I'm like, what am I going to do today to keep people like energetic? Like, how do I keep myself entertained, like enough to stay so positive
But
and joy and happy? But it comes with them, change the moods and stuff.
Yeah. So like the other day, Jenny wasn't feeling like the best, and then she I told her just get on because you can. It's not like YouTube. You're not like just doing it and then you upload it and then you see comments. Like you have all these reactions and people talking and you're feeding off of their energy. They're feeding off your energy. It's not just a one-way thing. Like it's not that way. It's very you just have a lot to feed off of, and you know, some days I'll feel bad, but I'll get on and
So
then I'll feel
do you
better.
still have to keep that same energy up like on yours too, or is it a different type of stream?
It's so like, I mean, I'll get up like Ninja hosted. I sang like a song to him. I sang "Endless Love" by Lionel Richie and Diana Ross. But that's like a meme in my channel. And then like later, I got up and danced. Like it just depends. I don't get up and dance every day, but
I do.
when I get up and dance, it's that's when it's fun. Like I don't just do it just to. Oh, it's 12:30. I gotta get up and dance. No, I do it because like I'm having fun. Like somebody in chat said something, or like one day a girl came by and she was like, "Hey, I'm having a rough day. Like, can you just get up and dance?" I was like, "All right, I'll get up and dance." And I just started breaking it down, and she was like, "That just made my day so much better." I was like,
yeah,
that's what I'm here for.
Well, I think too for me, I'll get on, maybe not having that much energy, but still I'll fake it till you make it. I'll still get on because, like I said, I'm not going to give out negative vibes. I'm not going to get on if I'm not in like the best state. But even if I know I'm not skipping this day, I have goals to reach, I need to get on either way. I'm gonna fake it.
Right.
But then it turns into being real. Like even if they don't know, they'll have no clue most of the time if I'm having a bad day. You come in, how are you today? I'm doing fantastic. How's your day? Blah, 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 whatever. And then I'll start getting up and dancing because everyone's so hype in chat because they think I'm hype, and then I end up being hype. End up being like energetic and happy.
Because you're feeding
I feed
off of them.
And that's when like the fake it till you make it thing is so true. Like I'll sit there and not want to press go live for hours. I did that the other day. I don't know why. Everything's been amazing. It just
kind of feels like a job at that point.
no.
Think?
I felt like nervous, or like people had to come to my channel and they wanted something from me and I didn't know what else was to do. Like am I supposed to do, like it's just this random. It happens sometimes. It's not even a burnout. It's just I'm making sure. Am I doing
want
the
to
content?
Deliver the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get down on myself. I'm really hard on myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody, especially when it's something they're creating.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you, like about like this podcast earlier, how I want to keep upgrading like the microphones, the equipment. Like it sounds good, but I want to give out like the best that I can because it's something that I'm giving out to people. Like I don't want to just like oh, here you go. Like I think everybody who creates something has that.
Yeah.
Where they want to give the best they can to everybody because they want to show how like great they can make it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
And starting out too, I was talking to a guy the other day. He wants to start getting into this, like streaming and stuff. And it's when you break it down, so much equipment, like you need so much stuff, and it needs to be, pretty decent. And if it's decent, it's gonna cost a good bit.
Yeah,
like
it gets expensive quick.
I started thinking about it because our buddy Kid Mullet, he did a TikTok, like showing all his equipment. He like priced everything, and it ended up being like $3,500 with every single thing that like he has. And I was like, oh my gosh, like think about starting out like that. Like that's if you just want to jump into it and you don't own any of that, that's such a big expense.
Yeah.
But if you just like do what you can with what you have,
that goes back to the creativity. Like your show, like you don't have to have the best equipment. You just have to have something that people want.
Personalized.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
It needs to be you.
Yeah.
Like when I started, I didn't have a green screen. Before I even started, I didn't have a webcam. I had to connect on my Xbox, and I would stream from my Xbox, and it would turn off all the time. And we made it work, and then you slowly upgrade everything, and then that's when your like production value, everything like shoots up.
Right.
Can't get it all at once.
Once you have that creation and content behind it, like, and people are like, that's when you see that people actually believe in you. Because if you start off like the best equipment ever, like usually if you're doing that, you already have a following, no matter what you're doing, no matter like what the equipment is. But if you don't have anything behind it, it's just a hollow shell of like great equipment, but it can just be nothing. It's just empty.
Yeah, it's so much easier to buy good equipment than it is to find your personality or find your actual content
and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like I basically got all the hand-me-downs because like whenever he said, okay, I'm upgrading to this, I said, okay, give me the Connect. I streamed off of a giant like 64 4-inch TV, and I sat this close to it, and I had my Xbox and my laptop sat on top of it so I could read chat, and I had Xbox controller, and I was like looking at chat, looking at the TV, like I was.
And look how far you've come.
And I'm not even going to shout this person out, but like Relax Scrub is the reason I'm still streaming, because he donated so much for me to get a PC and said, I believe in you. You're going to make it.
Wow.
He comes to my channel like literally the other day, and I just start crying, because if it wasn't for one person that believed in me,
You might not be doing this anymore.
I wouldn't be, because I wouldn't be. It wasn't even a thing. It wasn't.
I can't even remember you not having that PC.
Right,
either.
and I do. Oh my gosh, I remember it. It's just
You remember that struggle.
I remember, and that's why I loved having the struggle. I keep telling people, honestly, guys, enjoy it and make the most of it right now, because somebody's gonna believe in you.
Oh yeah,
and
the struggle is what makes you.
And exactly, and once you get it all, like I'll sometimes sit and like look at everything, and like even when I'm laying in my bed, like my setup's right next to my bed, and I'll just look at it and I'll be like, thank you God, like that's insane. I just stare at all of the things that I've been able to upgrade. I mean, my camera, the microphone that I have is from that guy.
Right.
Like he sent it to me, like from the whole PC. Every part inside of that thing is like anywhere from 500 to 1,000 each, like round pieces, 300.
Right.
It's just insane that.
Yeah.
And the struggles made you appreciate that.
Right, and I look at everything, because if it was just handed to me, I'm not gonna appreciate it. And I'd be like, well, I want better. That's not good enough.
Let me just keep going. Like,
Yeah,
if I can do this, I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I stare at things and I admire them, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful, and I have a thankful heart for things, and it makes me more grateful on stream too, because I'll be sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, like y'all are the reason that I get to do this. I do it every day too.
That's exactly how, and I know you are, but just sitting in there, just like back to when we said 10, like 10 10 people in your chat is crazy. Like, and we've gotten a lot more than that now. So it's a little bit different. We're a little bit grateful and thankful in different ways now. Like, thank you guys so much for just like being in here or like opening up a tab and just like keeping us on while you work, or like when people turn me on, like on the stream.
Whoa.
And when people turn the stream on,
Whoa.
when people turn the stream on and they're at work, it's just a deeper level of appreciation. I'm like, wow, that means a lot to me. Like, you are working and you're watching me. When somebody stays home from school, whether they're playing sick or not, and they come to the stream, I'm like, that means a lot to me. Like, you had a whole day off and you came. There was a guy that watched me at work screaming, Dad. He watched me at work, and then he finally caught me not at work because it was the holidays, that week of Christmas. I was like, dang, dude, that really means a lot to me. You watch me all the time at work, but now you're at home in your place of comfort, and you're still coming by. Like, that's
like your free
that's so
time.
awesome.
It's not just like it's not like you're just like he's just using you as background.
Yeah.
It's like focused on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think that's like, I'm reading this book now. It's called The Gift of Struggle, and it talks about that. It's like appreciating that struggle, and that's where you get to where you want to be. Because if somebody just gave you a Ferrari tomorrow, and that's what you were used to, then anything below it would be nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, you wouldn't care for it, and you wouldn't have anything behind it. You just have to keep going up, up, and up. It wouldn't be anything else.
Right.
Yeah. So I should be appreciative of my car. This is a 96.
Exactly.
Yeah, 96.
You'll hear it when I leave. It'll go.
Yeah, we'll just wait all over the house. We need to get you a new car first.
Nice. So where do you guys see this really going? Like, right now we're, early 20s, and this is what you're doing as y'all's careers. Where do you see it going from here? Do you see it keep going, or do you want to evolve it one day?
What do you mean evolve?
Because there's so many careers that are coming out of gaming now. I know that you could go into like a gaming career. Like Ninja is right now. He's I think like upper 20s, maybe in his 30s.
I think he's 27-ish. Like, getting up really close to the 30s.
But you got to think about all the things that he's evolved from that, like a shoe line, like sponsorships and all that. Is that where you want to go, or do you want to stay just streaming in your room?
That's definitely the goal. Like, I'm going to speak for me. He can say, I'm like trying to go all the way. Like, I have very big aspirations and dreams for my future. And I even just told him, I see myself at a certain level, and I'm just really excited to get to that level. But even when we get there, I still know I'm going to be hungry for more. I'm just always going to want
hungry
more.
for success.
Hungry for success. Throw that in there. And I'm gonna feel successful no matter what. Like when people, the people that keep showing up and everything, I feel successful right now. Genuinely, I'm so grateful, and I feel like we've succeeded so far. It's just so much more we can always get. There's so much more you can go. There's so many people in the world to reach. Why stop there?
Right.
That's
so
what I always tell myself.
So do you know where that is yet, or are you just waiting to go? You're just like, hey, I'm gonna keep going.
We could have our 100 Thieves mansion, but for like DK one day. You never know.
Yeah,
like
something.
everybody that's in our stream team could live together in a house, and it could be that crazy, which is honestly what I want. And I'm sure that everybody in there would like that too.
Yeah.
I'd love to have my own shoe line, and I'm sure you get a pair of those as well.
Oh yeah, that'll go. I'll take all these out, and I'll just have just
Only
straight
my
Jenny
shoes.
Smiles, only Jenny Smiles.
Exactly.
I'll even take the Travis Scotts down.
Ooh, wow. Yes. But I mean, I don't know specifics. I just know that I'm trusting that this could be a possibility, and it's headed towards that direction.
Yeah.
It's very, very early stages, though. Like, I feel like an infant.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the best part because you're still at that like you're growing,
Grind,
but like
yeah.
you're still on that grind.
Exactly.
And you don't know. There's the sky's the limit at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, Bets? Do you plan on just quitting in the next couple of years and then going?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna call
Hot
it a
tomatoes.
day after tomorrow. No, now that you said it, like I've always like thought like I just want to keep this going, but kind of when we mentioned Ninja, that would probably be the best example of what I would like to do. Make streaming the main thing, and then have these other like a sponsorship with Red Bull, or how he has that, or a sponsorship with this or that. We already picked up G Fuel, which is really huge to me, and that meant a lot to me more than anything, mainly because I was denied like 8 times, but
Right.
I got it now. But something like that, some people grab the streaming and they take it as far as they can, and then that leads them to a job in the e-gaming or gaming
The biggest
world.
person that I think about is Nate Shot. I remember like when I was a kid, like I used to watch him, and he would work at like McDonald's or something, and he was still
Yeah.
doing that, and now he's a multi-millionaire,
That's
own
insane.
team. Like if you look at all of his stuff, like it's a pretty great story. Like no matter, even if you like gaming or not, like he came from very humble beginnings,
Seriously.
and he stuck to what he liked, what he knew, and just kept evolving. He just evolved with it. When he knew that he wasn't the center, he became the back of it, and he was still making the biggest checks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a good example too, because I couldn't really think. I kept thinking of like, I guess the opposite of Courage. Like Courage was a caster, a COD caster, and now he's into streaming. But I do like that Nate Shot example. Like he really did come from. He had a huge come up, and he evolved so much. It's crazy. Like I think he's just now getting back into streaming,
Yeah.
and I know his YouTube's popping off again. But like he made a company that is
Blew up
yeah. I
in the
mean,
best
like
way.
Drake is involved in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland Cavaliers, like that's insane. I don't even. That would be
Yeah.
cool to do that, something sort of like that. But I
Right.
think my main path would be like how Ninja is just streaming is the main thing. Let's see where that takes us, but that's always home. Like
But that's
gonna be
because
it.
you enjoy it. It's not a job. It's something you enjoy,
Yeah.
and you're getting paid for it.
Yeah, I like that. I never had the want, even though I have a business management degree. I never wanted to really be my own boss. Like I've never, I guess, kind of trusted myself enough to be my own boss. But now, like
You are
just,
now.
yeah, I just do what I want.
It just
weird.
kind of like came naturally, and I think that's the thing for entrepreneurs. You don't force it. It just naturally, no matter how much you try to get away from it. Like me and my sister, the same way. Like we have never liked working for other people. The only person I've ever been able to work for is my dad, because we're the same person.
It's great.
So it's basically like I work for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird too, because that was never the plan. It was just like I want to stream. I never thought about, I'm gonna be my own boss. No, I was like,
Yeah.
I just want to wake up and do what I enjoy
In your pajamas.
in my pajamas. Or they can't see the lower half of your body. You just go
Maybe
butt
you're-
naked. Wear your shirt.
All right, so that's all the questions I really have. So now we're gonna go straight into the money round. The money round, same 3 questions every week that I ask the guests, and they're gonna give me their honest opinions about it. So this time we're gonna go Jenny, Bets, Jenny, Bets, Jenny, Bets.
Okay.
So there's 3 questions. We're just gonna go. You start off, Jenny. Okay.
Okay. How long do I have to answer?
You can answer as long or short as you want.
Okay. Cool.
So, to you, what is the most important thing to be successful in your industry? What do you think it is?
Honestly, I want to be happy with the choices I've made, and like I want to inspire other people. Like something that I believe in truly. I've said it is like just like having faith and trusting you're in your future. And I think that if I keep loving other people, it's a full circle. It's gonna come back around,
Right.
and I just think that's gonna like take off. I don't know necessarily like what exactly that's gonna look like. I just know that if I am happy every single day, like I feel like I've succeeded, And
Awesome.
if I can take care of that, then I think the money and every other thing will just like fall into place.
Okay. Bets, what about you? What do you think is the most important thing to be successful?
Kind of like she said, I believe that being a good person goes so far. So many people kind of want to make enemies, and I think that's kind of, let my haters be my motivators. But I think people force that. Like, people are so quick to be mean to others. I think if you're a good person, that's what's going to get people to stick around more than your gameplay or more than even being funny or something. Like, if
Yeah.
you're a good person, people are going to enjoy everything about you because you treat people right and you respect others and you
Stay true to yourself.
and you're just a good person. Like, I tell people all the time, I don't care if you're good or bad at the game. If you're a good person, you have my support. Like, I want to see you doing good.
Yeah.
I don't care what else like you got going on. As long as you're a good person, like you got, like, I got you.
Right.
So, Bets, if somebody comes up to you in your stream and they ask for one piece of advice, what is it?
Be a good person, like I said, was pretty big. But the first thing I always name off when people ask for a tip is the
I
consistency.
was about to say that.
It's the consistency. You got to be, don't get on once a week and expect to have people in your stream. Get on whenever you can get on, but make sure it's consistent. If you're going to be on every night at 9:30, be on every night at 9:30 or as close as you can to that. Don't, so many people want success, but they're showing up to their stream twice a week, which you might have success twice a week, but you have 5 other days you're missing out on. I don't
Right.
know.
So, do you think that's consistency is the
I really think like that's the biggest thing. Getting on and saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it every day at this time. Having a schedule, setting a schedule. And I actually, was on the podcast as well and basically named off all the tips. And I just kept going back to consistency because when Betts really got me back into it because I was not consistent. And once he said, Jenny, just get consistent, I started trying so hard to do that. And that's when most of the success started coming
Right.
in from that. So I believe that's definitely the number one thing.
And if you look at it with the big picture, like, I've been doing it for 2 years. Like, you may get it quicker, what I have now, quicker than I can, or a little bit slower. But if you look at it as 2 years, it's going to look so tough. If you look at it as getting on every other day, and then getting on every day, and then getting on every day for 4 hours, every day for 8, like, as long as you slowly build, you're going to do great. Because I couldn't do what I do now when I first started. I can do it now because I've been doing it for almost 2 years.
Yeah, that brings up a really good point. Another tip that like I try to give everybody is something I also try to tell myself every day is stop comparing yourself to others. Because where did Ninja start? Not where he is right now. Like
Right.
They didn't see his come up. You don't really get to see that every day. You just get to see where he's at now. And same for me. Like they don't see what I had before and what I came from. They just see what's now. And they're like, I want that. How do I get there? Well, it just starts from where you're at right now, whatever place that may be. And that, from where you're at, just not saying, well, I get no viewers. I'm never going to be successful. Yeah, not with that attitude. Like,
right?
You're right.
yeah, you're right. Okay, well, you're right. If that's what you think and that's what you're going to choose to believe, I would sit in my chat, like I said, just talk to myself and I'd be like, someday these people are going to show up. I believe it. Like, I know they will. I'm just going to keep being true to myself and keep doing this. And then, boom, now I'm here. I woke up the other day and I was like, is this what I do? I do this? Like, it blew my mind. And you honestly will wake up one day and not realize that. I bet Ninja wakes up some days and he's like, this is insane that this is what I get to do. I still believe that he probably thinks that.
I got you. So this is kind of for both of you now. If you can go all the way back to the beginning, right? You just not even started yet. The next day you start, would you redo it? Would you start over? Would you do it again?
I would.
Wait, so
Would you do it again?
would I do it differently?
like, would you do it again if you could go all the way back to the game? Would you still do it, or did you choose something else?
Oh no, yeah, I'd still do it 100%.
Yeah.
I thought you were meaning like would I do it differently? Yeah,
I'm sure
no,
there
I'd
are.
do it.
I'm sure there's things you do
Oh
differently.
yeah, there
but
is.
that's just the biggest thing. If you could like reverse time, like, would you still do it?
Oh yeah.
There would be things I do differently in
Right.
in a more successful and better way, and
That
I
I've
could
learned.
still do them now though. Like I could still do what I would do if I could change it now. I just don't.
Yeah, like social media.
Yeah, like I need to be better about these things and these things, and if you just did this, it would make your struggle a lot easier. But I'd 100% do it again. I mean, I have
I
more
would
drive.
too.
I have more drive now than when I first started.
The fire, it goes in and out. I always say that. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'm blazing on fire, like wanting so much, and then it will be a burnout the next day. I'm like, how did that even happen? But I know that if I push through, then I'll continue. It will continue to come back up through other people's support. But yeah,
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on today, guys. I loved having you.
that was so much fun. I had a
It
blast.
was.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Seriously.
So you guys let people know where they can find you, social medias, and like the whatever you like links and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can find me JennySmles on Mixer. So mixer.com/JennySmles is where you can find me streaming. And then my Instagram is JennySmile, SIMILE, on Twitter and Instagram, and also on my YouTube channel. So
Nice.
Yeah, and my mixer is mixer.com/Forrest_Dump, FORREST_DUMP, and then my
Rehearsed that a lot, haven't you?
yeah, I have. I'm like I can give it out quick, and then my Twitter and Insta are at B_dub with 2 B's _JR. And use code DUMP at checkout when you ordered your G Fuel. Let me know too. I want to see it.
yeah,
See
tag
everybody's.
us. Tag us if
Awesome.
you follow us, anything like that. That'd be awesome.
Awesome. Well, guys, hope you loved this week's episode. Be sure to come back next week. We're going to have a different guest. Just make sure you guys come back and be sure to stay hungry. Peace.
Hey yo, young and hungry for success, always striving for our best. Give our most and never less. Daily grind, our hardest test. Success can't be measured in money, fame, and power. Tune into these stories, this the spotlight of the hour. Young men and women grinding, make it to the top. Make it to the top, you gotta make it to the top. The tales of daily hustles, it'll never ever stop. Never ever stop, it'll never ever stop.